watch it turn to a singer. Get the fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. No do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Angry and friends with these. Cause when I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium, which opened back in 2008 here in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0.
Hey, ready?
A first down throw for Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too, and you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man, finding some room at midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Sims. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Charles Sims with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Oh, Brandon, that was a big play by the defense to keep him at the end zone on 3rd down, so there's an early decision to be made here, isn't there? I know that 3 is awfully tempting, but I'd pull on my big boy pants right now, and I'd go for it.
And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. And he can't get out of the end zone. Yeldon's taken down, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's real.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a basis things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Jameis to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before. Being taken down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 9-0 our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter, and they've got it here with a 1st down.
We got 4.
Winston. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 10, Locke. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's Jackson. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Ready?
Winston. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Oh, another one. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's Sims on the run. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Charles Sims with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And our attention turns now to T.J. Yeldon. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Jackson. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Nice move at the 40, and he's got this down to the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Well, with the count of half, he's I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the 1st half.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. He got 29 yards that time. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. He'll get it up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
It's a complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10.
We got 4. Move. Line 40.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. The final shot before the break. Luck. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I
would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And it's 3rd down. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing.
Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
That one, 28 yards on the ground.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
This is Jones. And they are 3 for 3 on two-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Up big, and they go for 2, and they get it.
I remember being in high school and seeing an article in the paper where a local columnist had said, "Why are we fighting over sportsmanship and running up the score? Just run it up on everybody and deal with it." Some people just don't care that way, and obviously this coach feels the exact same way.
So that article was saying the defense should be able to stop him.
That's what they're trying to say. Hey, if you don't want it to happen, stop them. Otherwise, quit whining about it.
Luck, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Yeldon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
To throw is Locke. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Green 70. Alert.
3rd and long. It's Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1st down, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
And he works free. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 39 yards. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Tight end's right.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Winston, flushed out right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
From the red zone now, Winston escaping the pressure right. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Let's go now.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Flush to his right. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now Winston. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. Now here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. They're going to run for it with Jones. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Wide 40.
Here's Luck. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Let's go. Behind Alert.
Throwing on third down. Luck. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I Have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing.
And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, here's Love. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season,
That's caught inside the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. That's a good.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, 17 yards. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other plays.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And this is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Throwing is locked, and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Time for a break. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Out of the gun, Luck. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. They're looking to throw this. Winston being chased out left. Airing it, and this is caught at the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Noah Spence in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A shotgun snap for Love. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about...
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And able to win off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. Luck on first down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Luck. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On first down, Luck. He goes underneath for Yeldon. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Luck throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again is Luck. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold. And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points, and then